Your iPad, it can be your fridge, it can be your washing machine. They will denazify anything they can lift and carry home. This is what we are dealing with. And for them, this is normal. For them, killing is normal. For them, stealing is normal. And like we repeat time and time again, a nation who never started a single war is holding against the second, so they claim, the second biggest army in the world. Well, I don't know how to you, but to me it looks their second biggest and strongest army in Ukraine, not in the world. And they said, we haven't started anything yet. Yet our soldiers from the front line say, we are killing up to between 400 and 500 Russians every day. And what Russians are saying, we are fighting with no casualties. Well, if for you the human value is worthless, then of course they are not casualties. If people are doing contract army there and killing Ukrainians for a paycheck, and in December they will fight, my cousin who will fight the Russians for free. He will fight them for freedom. Not for free, for freedom and for peace. And this is what we're dealing with. I hope I'm gonna see him after the war. I don't know if I'm gonna see him. I don't know. There's a lot of doubt. There's so much doubt for 40 million people whose life was put on hold. You can't plan your education. You can't plan your life. You don't even know where you're gonna live. For those who are misplaced, how many hundreds of children, of thousands of children in occupied regions were made orphans, and Russia has admitted to put them in the care of Russian families because they are orphans. Guess who created those orphans? A Russian war machine has created those orphans. Because Russia is a terrorist state.
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 Stop Putin, stop the war.
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 Help Ukraine protect peace.
Help Ukraine protect peace.
Help Ukraine protect peace.
Help Ukraine protect peace.
We're gonna listen to some amazing Ukrainian music. She has a beautiful voice, and you will see how beautiful Ukrainian and how talented Ukrainians are. Slava Ukraini!
Слава!
Всім доброго дня! Сьогодні я буду співати пісню і хочу її присвятити нашим сміливим захисникам, яким ми дякуємо кожен день. Захоються всі рани, розчиниться вся кров. Колись мене побачиш ти квітучою весною. Я подарую чисте небо і прийде весна. Коли закінчиться війна. Тому що я Україна. Ви поклавши, відправилися, колись нас будіруємо вас, вимодюся, і зацвіте калина, повтро батьківщина, яким ти був козак. Вірю з тобою наші сили, свобода в серці я крила, мир повернеться знов. Знаю, з тобою все подолаю, завжди добро перемагає, переможе любов. Тому що я Україна, я витримаю біль і захищу тебе від куль, що мене цілять звідусіль. Тому що я сильна, я подолаю все, бо ти мене в своїх руках несеш. Наші ангели нас захищають від навалу і тьми ворогів. Мої крила тебе обіймають, мої руки в крові чужаків. Вони ніжно встромили у спину, увірвавшись нахабно вночі. Але стали ми за Україну, єдині звістивши обидва мечі. Відбудуємо все, повернуться із далеких країв всі птахи. Очі твої мені посміхнуться, засміються ще знов дітлахи. Сильна нація, вільна, єдина, мирне небо, щасливе життя. Ми і є всі твої, ми родина, і нехай буде так, буде так. Тому що є Україна, я витримаю біль, я захищу тебе від куль, що мене цілять звідусіль. Тому що я сильна, я подолаю все, бо ти мене в своїх руках несеш. Слава Україні! Слава нації! Україна! Дякую вам усім.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, on the 1st of October 2023, Ukraine have a day of defenders, which is coincided with a feast of intersections, which is religious, Christian religious celebration of a Mother of God, the Holy Virgin Mary, where many people that's religious believe that this is the spirit that will help and save people, not just in Ukraine, but in the whole world. You know, in 585 days of war in Ukraine, and last 585 days of war, for many people in Ukraine, the last hope of survival, it's a defenders, it's a brave soldiers, women and men that constantly are staying in the deep trenches, defending their country from one mass killer, mass murderer that's conducting such atrocities that perpetrated in Ukraine that's cannot be compared to anything from the history. The world, the current modern world, have not seen these atrocities at all. They only seen them in the most horror movies. Unfortunately, still now, Ukraine facing the real atrocities from one mass murderer who trying to destroy one peaceful nation. And today, on the Day of Defenders of Ukraine, we must not forget why we are still here, why we are still can have blue and yellow above our heads, and why we still can say Slava Ukraini in a pure, transparent Ukrainian language. Because Ukraine, it's independent and sovereign country, has been there for many, many years. Ukrainian territory is recognized within its own constitution and the Independence Day from 1991. Ukraine independent in the modern democratic world. It doesn't matter how big you are. Ukraine have proven that Ukraine will stand till the end. Ukraine will stand till its victory. Ukraine will stand until this war is over. Because it's fully unjust and unnecessary war. It's to give the comparison, it's as if a world keep closing the eye on Ukraine. It's as if you have your neighbor and the next door neighbor come to your neighbor and rape one of the family member, and you just standing on the side watching it, and they're saying it's not gonna happen to my house. But what it will happen, because if inaction of yourself by not stopping that brutal rapist to rape your next door neighbor, your inaction will allow the rapist to come and next time to your house and do exactly the same what he did previously to your neighbor. This is the simple comparison. What can happen if